What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're not familiar with who I am Ron Stoppable. Here we talk about health, fitness, staying motivated, staying on the grind, just holding ourselves accountable, and just all the little things that it takes to really be successful in your weight loss journey. So recently I started doing this new series where I talk about a lot of the things that are known, but there's not a lot of people actively talking about these things. And so today's video is going to be my opinion on the 4 reasons why you're having trouble losing weight. It's a topic that, we all can relate to. We have all had situations where we're doing what we're supposed to do and just the scale is not moving in the right direction. Clothes are not fitting any better. It can feel like an uphill battle, you know what I'm saying? And understanding the obstacles that's in your way, will help you overcome them. Okay, so I'm going to give you 4 reasons and ways that you can overcome them. Number 1 is your lack of consistency. Lack of consistency, I see it all the time. You start off strong, you do real good, but after a couple of weeks, life starts getting in the way, and before you know it, you've fallen off track and kind of gone back to your old habits. This inconsistency can make it hard for your body to adjust to a new routine and progress with your skills. So tip number 1, set small, realistic goals. If you look back a couple videos of mine, I said how I ended up doing that. I remember there were times where I would say, hey, I'm gonna go on a 12-week cut and try to lose 30 pounds, and I would fail every single time for a plethora of reasons, but mainly due to my nutrition. And well, not really my consistency, but it was definitely my nutrition. But setting small, realistic goals makes things a lot easier. So to fix that, you start by, like I said, setting the small goals. And instead of going from 0 to full-on workout routine, start with a better diet. Not too strict, but better than what you've been doing. You know what you're supposed to have. You know what you're not supposed to have. The things that you're not supposed to have, you can have, but in moderation. Going on a strict diet overnight is the fastest way to fail. You'll do good for at most a month, and then you'll just burn out and burn out hard, and then you're gonna bam out, start eating everything that you used to eat, and it's gonna feel good to you because it's like, I finally feel like regular, and then boom, you gain all your weight back, or you gain that plus some, and it's just never works in our favor, like ever at all. So instead of doing all of that, I would say, change out 2 of the bad things that you eat a day with something a little bit more healthier. Like if you're a potato chip person, for me, when it comes to potato chips, I like to snack on Skinny Pop popcorn. It still has that crunch, it still has lightly salted, and it's still good. That's just me personally. And you can also start off with going on like a 20-minute walk. You know what I'm saying? And if 20 minutes at one time is too much for you, maybe do 10 minutes on your lunch break, or 10 minutes twice a day. You know what I'm saying? Make sure it's a good walk where you're not walking too fast where you can't talk, but you're getting your heart rate up, and you're able to have a conversation while doing it. If you're doing anything more than that, you're starting off a little too strong. While you may feel you can keep up with that, just take the step back and realize that this is a long-term thing, and there's no need to go full gung-ho like in the very, very beginning. All right, and the next thing, poor diet choices. I know how hard that can be. It's not just about eating less, it's about eating smart. Many people fall into the trap of dieting by restricting calories, by not paying attention to what they're actually eating, processed foods, sugary snacks, and empty calories can sabotage all of your efforts. Man, that's why I'm not a fan of like what do you call those, lean meals? Because while they may not have a lot of calories and fat, they are hella high in sodium. And if you've ever been on a diet where you consciously lowered your sodium and then you had one or two things off plan that were higher in sodium, how that scale looked the next day, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Number 2, focus on nutrient-dense foods. To overcome this, focus on nutrient-dense foods like grains, lean protein, veggies, and healthy fats. You know, not only do these foods keep you full longer, but they also give your body the nutrients it needs to burn more fat effectively. Plus, they taste good when you prepare them the right way. You know, I like to have between 8 and 10 ounces of a lean protein. Lately, I've been doing chicken breast, salmon, and lean ground turkey. The lean ground turkey, for a point in time, I was doing 99.1, and I've transitioned over to 93.7 because that little bit of extra fat actually helps with the flavor. But do whatever you like, you know, just make sure it's a lean protein and, you know, can get you the nutrients that you need. Vegetables, I've been eating a lot of bok choy. Previously, before that, I was doing broccoli. Before that, I was getting frozen stir-fried veggies, and it came with the sauce pack. I never used the sauce pack. I just would cook the veggies and you know, season it my own way, add a couple of things to it like mushrooms and a little bit of I use liquid aminos instead of soy sauce because of the sodium content, obviously. And my carbs have bounced between basmati rice, jasmine rice, and as of last week, I was doing black beans. So, not sure what I'm gonna do next week. I know my proteins are gonna stay the same, and my vegetable is probably 90% gonna stay the same, but I tend to change up my my carb every week. So, you know, just kind of focusing on those things will help you. You know, a larger portion of protein and vegetables will actually have you feeling full longer, and will help you avoid eating those midday snacks. Because if you're anything like me, you have one, no matter how big it is, one thing off plan, it usually starts a domino effect that will have you eating a couple of things off plan while still eating the stuff you're supposed to eat, and then you wonder why the scale acting stupid. Third thing, unrealistic expectations. That's a whole nother challenge in itself. You know, we go into weight loss with I know I need to lose 25 pounds. And that's literally the only thing that we'll see is I need to lose 25 pounds. I have a general idea of what needs to be done. So my goal is to reach 25 pounds. We've all seen these get fit quick ads and heard about people losing a ton of weight, in just a month. But the truth is, healthy, sustainable weight loss takes time. You know, I am 2.5-ish years in, and I've lost, we'll say 70 pounds in this time. And that's with yo-yoing up and down, quitting, being frustrated, going through all of these motions and things like that. So I get it. But when people don't see immediate results, they get discouraged and give up. Now, I've been discouraged more than I've given up, but not by far, because I just know that, you know, me personally, and this is nothing against anybody that has taken this route, but I don't want to get a monthly or weekly shot to help me lose weight. I don't want to have surgery to help me lose weight, because this is something that I could do on my own. You know, in the beginning, you know, when I first started hearing about these things and they started to become popular, I had a very negative look at it. And, you know, when I would talk to people about, I've actually lost a couple of friends giving my opinion on weight loss surgeries and things of that nature. You know, my biggest thing was, I would feel like I gave up on myself if I had to go the surgery route. You know, I said, you know, you lost patience with yourself. You didn't see the results that you wanted in the time that you felt you should, and you got frustrated and you quit. And that's a whole nother psychological thing with the way the world is right now, you know, with the microwave mentality where everything needs to be fast, everything needs to be done quickly. There's no patience, you know what I'm saying? And so personally, I just, you know, as much as these surgeries cost, and I just found out the other day that these shots cost like $400 a month. I'm like, bro, a doggone gym membership is at most $40 a month, and you complain about that. But you'll go out here and spend $400 on something that's gonna help you lose weight. It just doesn't make sense to me. And I just feel like I originally felt like people who went that route just gave up on themselves. But now I'm a little more empathetic with it, because I understand that it's very frustrating. As much as I've been frustrated these past couple of years, I totally understand why people will just say F it and go that route. I totally understand. I personally just still feel like I can do this on my own. I just have to figure out the right keys to unlock the doors to help me get through the areas where I need help and where I need, you know, assistance, where I lack and things of that nature. But when people don't see immediate results, they just give up. They get frustrated. And, you know, especially with social media, especially, you get on here and you see these people talking about, oh man, I lost 60 pounds in 15 minutes, man, you know, this, that, and the third. And they show you these workouts and you looking at them and you're like, man, I work out way more intense than that. I work out, you know, way more often than that. Why is my weight not, you know, dropping? Why is my body not changing? Things of that nature. And it just becomes frustrating, and you end up taking a different approach. Number 3 is one that I hold dearly to my heart. Trust the process. Trust the process. Trust the process. Remember, you didn't gain weight overnight. And you won't lose it overnight. Like, that's just as simple as 2 + 2 is 4. Aim for slow, steady weight loss of about 1 to 2 pounds a week. Celebrate small victories. Celebrate, this is so dear to my heart, man. Like, celebrate small victories along the way. Clothes fitting better, face shrinking, skin clearing up, more energy, sleeping better. You know, the results will come if you stick with them. And I wholeheartedly believe that, even though I am still struggling in many, many areas, I am still trusting the process, because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. And unfortunately, losing weight is one of the hardest things that you can do as a person. Maybe not the hardest, but it's up there in the top 5 in my personal opinion. You know, it's so easy to put on weight. It's so easy. Like, people, like bodybuilders who go on bulks and cuts and stuff like that, their ability to bulk is so easy, but the work they put in to get lean is mean. All right, bars. Number 4. Lastly, we have emotional eating. Whether it's stress, boredom, sadness, many of us turn to food for comfort. I get it. Emotional eating can make it almost impossible to stick to a plan. And it often leads to overeating and unhealthy habits, unhealthy foods. You know, don't get me wrong, I love McDonald's, especially their fries. And I get it. It is just, whew. Unhealthy foods taste so good, I get it. Trust me. Tip number 4, the final one. Find non-food outlets for your emotions. You know, one way to overcome emotional eating is to find outlets for your emotions. You know, next time you're stressed or upset, try going for a walk, journaling, writing about it, or practice deep breathing exercises, maybe some yoga. Find what works for you. You know, make it part of your routine. Also keep trigger foods out of sight to reduce the temptation to indulge in them. That's hard for me because I have teenagers in the house. So junk food is aplenty. I know it's wrong in a sense, but you know, being a full-time dad with a full-time job and, you know, trying to get myself healthy, I buy good food, don't get me wrong. But in times when it's in a pinch, you know, just like oodles and noodles, a cup of noodles, breakfast sandwiches and things of that nature. It's just a little easier for me to have those things readily available for them if I'm not available to, you know, whip up something for them. Granted, they do eat fairly solid. You know, I do make sure they get their water in. I do make sure there's a vegetable in every meal. And so, you know, but again, we're not talking about that. We're talking about us and the things that we need to do to fight these things that's preventing us from making the gains that we want to make, or the losses, if you're talking about weight loss. So, you know, yeah, just try to find other things to do when you find yourself wanting to snack. When I'm at work and I'm feeling snacky, the one thing I do is drink some water. And I have this, I don't have it with me, it's at work. This it's BCAA powder, but it also has a little bit of caffeine in it. It's a fruit punch flavor. Doesn't really taste like fruit punch. It doesn't taste bad, but I think they should have labeled it something else. But it's kind of sweet, and it's branched chain amino acids with a little bit of caffeine. So it gives me a little bit of a perk in my energy, and it's also making me feel like I'm drinking juice of some sort, and that kind of really gets me going, and helps me get through to my next meal, which will probably be lunch. And you know, that's just one of the things that I do during the day at work to keep me from being overly snacky. Because like I said earlier, if I eat one donut, or they have a bowl of candy, like chocolates and stuff like that, if I eat one donut, I'm probably gonna get another one. If I eat 1 or 2 pieces of chocolate, I'm gonna go back and get another couple pieces of chocolate. I just know me, those are triggers for me. Sight unseen works for me, because if I see it, I'll be able to dodge it for maybe the first 1 or 2 times that I see it, but it gets harder the more that I see it, which in hindsight sounds like the reverse, but for me, that's just what it is. I can't see it a lot because I'm gonna end up just saying, fuck it, and dive on in. All right, so there you have it. The 4 main reasons people struggle with weight loss, and 4 tips that I think will really help you get over those humps. Lack of consistency, poor diet, unrealistic goals, and emotional eating. Remember, weight loss is not a race. It's a marathon. It's gonna take a while. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be fun all the time. And you're gonna hate it majority of the time. You have to just learn to fall in love with the process and understand that the older we are, the harder it is. I do, deep down in my heart, wish I had started doing this 10 years ago, but 10 years ago I wasn't this big. So it wasn't nothing that I was thinking about. If at 32, if I had the routines that I'm doing now and I would have started when I was 30, I would have been a problem. But you know, I can laugh at that now, because in the beginning it used to make me a little sad that I didn't you know, take my health into consideration. At 32, I was drinking a couple times a week, smoking, just hanging out, clubs, parties, all kinds of stuff, man. Now I enjoy my life now. I enjoyed it then too, but you know, I'm kind of gotten away from a lot of that. I do have times when I go out and shake a leg, cut a rug a little bit, but you know, when you get I'm getting off topic, but anyway, like I said, as you get older, things get a little tougher. So by understanding these things, you are actually tackling them head on, and you'll set yourself up for long-term success. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like. Share it with someone who may need this information. We all know somebody that's been struggling, and sometimes we just don't know what to say, or we say things and they don't really take heed to them. And sometimes it just takes somebody else to say the same thing for it to really stick to somebody, you know. So yeah, share it with somebody. Leave a comment, you know, let me know some things that you do, or some things that I may have missed that you feel should have been on the list. And then if you do have one, give me a tip that you use to overcome that as well. Don't forget to subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and then tell that friend's friend to tell another friend to check out Ron Stoppable on YouTube. He's got some great content. Like I've been telling you guys, this is a new series that I'm doing where I'm gonna be focusing on the things that not a lot of people talk about. So I'm here to bring these conversations to the forefront so that they don't fall to the wayside, or they don't seem as important, or you know, because all of this is just information, and you do what you please with it. But I just hope that you found this valuable, and yeah, I look forward to chatting with you in the comments. As I always say, stay humble, stay positive, keep solid people in your circle, get you a fitness coach, get you some accountability partners. Accountability partners are one of the most essential things to a workout routine that you can think of. It's easy and it's free. You just have to make sure you have the right people, or person going with you, working with you, that y'all have the same goals. You may not have the same physique goals, you may not have the same weight goals, but at the core value of it all is this work needs to be done, and that's how we're going to get to these goals. And as sure as 10 dimes make a dollar, I'll say it till I can't say it no more. Consistency is key, but it's discipline over everything. I'm Ron Stoppable, and I will see y'all on the next one. Gone.
What's up? It's your boy Drizzy Drake, and you are now rocking with Pain.